There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Hey folks, Nostril here with a bit of a warning that the intro cutscene contains some light strobe effects that may be a problem for those prone to photosensitive epilepsy. Also, for some weird reason, my capture software refused to record the initial appearance of the game's title, so I've had to insert a screenshot of it from the internet instead. So if there's a brief change in resolution, that's why. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Random DOS Game Show, and Cyclops presents Stryx. Let's see what Stryx is all about. And whoa, check out this futuristic spaceship, aircraft, hover car, I'm not sure what, but it's definitely the future by the looks of things, and this is presumably the protagonists. Check out those cool shades that they're rocking while they're going through this illuminated tunnel. And I might have to set an epilepsy warning at the start of this video because this might be problematic for those sensitive to this. But we do appear to be slowing down, so it's only for a short while. And we have a side profile here of the vehicle stopping, and a hangar or garage door is open. There's no sound or music so far. Not sure if that's going to stay that way. And here's the guy gliding up to what appears to be a computer terminal, since he doesn't have a walk animation. So, dated 4516 AD, so this is the far future. The unthinkable has happened. The cyborg slave robots have risen against their masters, claiming the same rights to life as the humans. The keys to the life force have been stolen, and crazed by their newly discovered power, the cyborgs have assassinated the 4 Dome Committee members in the most horrible way. Knowing that their ex-masters can no longer destroy them at the flick of a switch, the cyborgs are determined to wipe out the human population. A special extermination patrol of cyborg assassins roams the Dome City, seeking out human life and ruthlessly destroying it. Stryx, your mission is to seek out and destroy all the cyborg assassins and recover the keys to the life force and decode the machine to destroy all rebel cyborgs. Boy, that's quite the exposition dump right there. Good luck on your mission. Why, thank you. You will need it. Ah, okay. So, this makes me wonder, though, like, are we the baddies, though? Because they talked about cyborgs being slaves and could be remotely destroyed at the flick of a button by their human masters. So it's like, it seems to me like the cyborgs had a pretty darn good reason to rise up and revolt. Although I suppose they're out to destroy all of humanity, but we're out to destroy all the cyborgs by the sound of things. So, yeah, I'm not sure if there are good guys in this setting at all. It seems like both factions are out to just completely annihilate the other. But so we have some controls here. Joystick. I don't have a joystick currently connected, so I might have to just go with keyboard. And we have some credits. IBM version by Tim Ansel? Like Tim Ansel? The Tim Ansel? Okay, so for those who may not be familiar, Tim Ansel is best known as the founder of Creative Assembly, who went on to create the Total War series, which is one of the most highly rated and regarded strategy games, or strategy game series, like, of all time. So if that's the same Tim Ansel, then wow, this might be one of those like humble beginnings stories where he was doing ports, because it looks like this is a port of, I don't know if it was Amiga or maybe Amstrad or one of the other microcomputers first. So I'm willing to bet if it was Amiga, it probably had a more impressive presentation for the cutscene and such. And Philip Trelford, I'm not familiar with them, but yeah, but if that is Tim Ansel, then that's a pretty big deal. So let's go ahead, though, and define the keys. And I'm going to go for a modern WASD setup. So it is nice that they allow you to customize. Whoa! Hang on. I fat fingered the keys. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So I've got the direction keys properly laid out this time, and for the fire key, I'm going to hit spacebar. So there we go. And it's taken us back to the intro splash screen by looks of things. Top 5 scores, and look at that. Tim is at the very top. Imagine that. So what happens if we hit the fire key? Okay, I think that did the trick. Just wait a second. Hopefully it's loading. Yes, it is. Okay, so, all right, I gotta say right off the bat, well, first off, it's EGA visuals here. And, oh, wow, okay. I was gonna say the protagonist doesn't really look like the person that was in the cutscene, but yeah, and that was quite the blast there. Oh, yeah, look at these weird things, like octopus spider things, and I'm not sure if they're hostile or not. I think I took some damage from being in their proximity, so maybe they are. I didn't get any feedback for that, but... Whoa! Wow, you get blasted. You get knocked back a long ways when you're shot like that. Okay, so... I think, though, our protagonist is unarmed. I punched there for a second. Okay, so... Alright, so what happens is that if you press the fire key while you're standing still, nothing happens. But if you press it when you're moving, you'll punch in the direction that you're moving. So let's try punching this cyborg, and that failed miserably. And we've got somebody with a... It looks like he has a flamethrower, but it's just like a laser gun. But oh my gosh, the knockback is insane when you're shot. Yeah, and it's PC speaker sound. There appears to be no music, so come here. Come here. Let me punch it. There you go. Yeah. So it is possible to... Whoa! They teleport in. Oh. Ow. And what do I do? Can I... And I'm dead. Game over. You have lost. The future of mankind is doomed. Oof. Okay. Whoa. Hello. Are you the leader of the cyborgs or something? Yes, and you're hefting a skull. Presumably my skull. This is a game over screen, I think. So, all right. Do I just press fire? I just press fire. And it takes you back to the menu. Okay. So, let's try that again. I didn't get very far, obviously. So... There we go. So I get the feeling that I'm not going to be very effective in fights. So it's probably best... I don't know if there are weapon pickups or not. Ow. So... But until I find a weapon, I think I'm just better off avoiding these folks. Okay, so I'm down here now. I've got a drone of some variety chasing me, though. Oh my gosh. Well, the plus side is that the protagonists can seem to take a lot of hits. Whoa! But, ow. But falls are a different story completely. Okay, so it looks like this is like a damaging floor or something. So what happens if I just jump, and I'm dead again. No. This is not a good first impression. I'm not sure if this game gets better once you get past the initial difficulty. I don't even want to call it difficulty curve. It feels like a difficulty wall that you slam into. Alright, I'll go ahead and try again. Can I... Oh! Stop it! Ah! Well, it looks like there's really nothing on that platform. I was going to jump up on there, but... Oh! Jeez, there's enemies everywhere! And the fact that you don't even have a weapon to start with. You're just... And you know what? I hate to say it, but he kind of looks like the protagonist from Barbarian. Doesn't he? A shirtless, blonde-haired dude here. So maybe this is Barbarian's, like, future descendant, like far future descendant or something, is engaged in a similarly... Oh... a similarly brutally punishing game here, following in the steps of his forefather. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just creating my own headcanon for this game, aren't I? So there are ladders you can climb up. Can I get back up? Are these drones going to let me? Oh, and I'm probably dead again. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, no. I am not having fun with this. If they had given you a weapon at the start, or have a weapon pick up earlier, so allows you to shoot back or something like that, there's like gotta be weapon pickups for this, I would imagine. But you have to run a ridiculous gauntlet from the get-go. Okay, I appear to be in a relatively safe zone for the moment. So nope, I am not. Enemies will teleport in, it looks like. Looks like you don't have a weapon. You're shadowing my every move, though, so it's difficult to punch you. Well, it looks like I took him out. Can I punch the giant treaded cyborg to death? At this point, I'm just kind of experimenting, seeing what I can and cannot do with just bare fists. I think I'll call it after this, because this is just brutal. Brutal difficulty. Alright, looks like you can't. Which I guess makes sense if you use bare fists against robots. Oh my gosh. I'm as good as dead. I'm as good as dead here. You can duck for what it's worth as well. So, but, yep, there I go. Game over, you've lost. Future mankind is doomed. Yeah, well, considering if this was the protagonist they decided to use, they probably didn't have much of a chance to begin with. So, okay. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and call it here. So that's Stryx. It is a brutally difficult EGA side-scrolling game set in the far future, where humanity and its cyborg slave population are pitted against one another, and you may or may not play the role of the bad guys. I still haven't made up my mind with regarding that, but yeah, this is unfortunately a brutally difficult game to the point where I have a hard time recommending it to folks, even those who might have a penchant for these types of games. The fact that you have no weapons to start with, the fact that you get blasted so far back when you're hit, and that it's so easy to fall and die, and just the whole thing is just a pretty frustrating experience by the looks of things. And I will say this in its defense, this is not so much for the game itself, but the packaging it came in. It appears to have some killer box art, and I'll go ahead and display it here, but unfortunately, this is one of those instances where the game does not meet the potential of the box art in the slightest. So, yeah, a pretty disappointing side-scrolling experience for this one this time around. And if you're interested in DOS ports of frustratingly difficult games done by future movers and shakers in the industry, that's admittedly a pretty niche interest, but hey, niche DOS gaming interests are what this channel is all about. Be sure to check out the thousands of videos here on the Random DOS Game Show channel and the playlists, and if you like what you see here, consider subscribing. But that's it for now. Looks like the cyborgs win this time around, and until next time, take care everyone.